a new game tonight, one that I haven't played, but I've owned for quite a while. I bought this when it came out way back when, um, but I never really got into it. So we're going to give it a try tonight, and I think it's more of my playstyle now than it has been when I was really young, so it should be fun. Let me just post that we are going live. Alright. Send out a message here as well. Alright. Let's see. I just went through the whole process of configuring everything since for whatever reason Windows keeps failing to launch, but I think I got everything set up to where I like it. Everything looks good, so I think we can begin. I did test out a save, and that did work. So it looks like the battery is still good. The only other thing I might do is whenever I save it to the card, I might load a backup file to my Retron system, just as like a save state. And hopefully, in case the battery does go bad, I won't lose like a big chunk of data. But that's currently my plans. Let's see. I think we just have to go into the new game. We can either keep the Terra as the name, or we can change it. I mean, it is the female character. I don't think I have any objections to keeping it Terra. There's another part to this game. They split it up a lot like Red and Blue Pokemon and the Pokemon series in general. They have Terra's Adventure and they have Kobe's Quest or something like that. They are allowed to catch different monsters, but overall, I believe they're real similar, just like the Pokemon games. Well, I may have to let our internet see what the internet has to do tonight. Because it doesn't seem too stable right now. Hopefully things will iron out. Alright, I think we're good. We'll just go ahead and keep, I think the name Terra. Since it's a female, and no sense in calling them my name or anything like that. So yes, Terra is correct. I know a little bit of the game. Like I said, I played like the very intro or something like that along the lines when I was a lot younger, but I didn't really understand the game. But it's in the middle of the sea. In the south floats the island Great Log. So we're on a floating island, which I guess makes sense in a sci-fi kind of realm. Or I believe I watched one of their other guys, and it was a floating island, and it kept sinking, so they kept cutting off pieces of the island to keep it afloat. This game, the island is also sinking, so we're here to save it from sinking into the water. To this eternally warm and natural setting, a family of monster farmers was headed to start a new life. So here we are on a lovely ship, making our way to the new island, which is apparently floating above the water. And that is the other half of the game. That is Kobe, who is standing next to us. But he says, "Terra, Papa's calling. He's at the stern. Hustle, hustle." You folks run a monster farm? We've never had monsters on our ship before. There's a spirit in Great Log that's famous for getting into mischief. Its name is Waru. Waru something. I think this is the captain of the boat, but I believe we are having issues with our internet once again. So if this persists, I may reset it, but we'll see how things shape up. But yeah, it does seem like the internet is bouncing back and forth like usual, unfortunately. But we may keep an eye on it and see what it's doing. But I believe this is the captain of our humble little pirate-looking boat. Sailing is sure exhilarating, right? Yes. Good, that's good to hear. You've got potential. And I believe these are our parents. Let's see what they have to say. Great Log's king asked us to settle into the kingdom and run our farm. He recognizes our worth. This will be our new life. Hey Brian, what's up? Internet has been jumping up and down. Hopefully it settles out. I don't know what the issue is, but hopefully it evens itself out. You're growing up, so you can't be a little baby anymore. Do we have an understanding? Good. Play with Kopi, will you? Alright, so our dad's a dick, apparently. Worried about your monsters? Don't be. They're being quiet. Okay, let's go see what Kobe has to say. Terra. They said Great Log will be in sight soon. Land ho, there's Great Log. Like we have a little bit of a cutscene. But yeah, let me know if anything needs adjusting. I did just have to reformat my computer once again. It gave me an error and wouldn't load Windows. Yeah, this is Game Boy Color. I believe one of the close to the last installment in the Game Boy Color series. But it is a Dragon Warrior game in which you collect the monsters from basically all the Dragon Warrior games. So it's very similar to Pokemon, but it's more of a Japanese RPG style. This is a tale of children who came to the kingdom of Great Log. But currently I've got my Game Boy player set up through my GameCube, which that's what we're currently using to play, so hopefully everything in my internet cooperates and it'll be a good playthrough. Here's our wonderful father. Listen, you two. Quit your horsing around and go. Help your mother. Do you hear me? But yeah, you can even capture some of the like bosses from other Dragon Warrior games. You've come at the right time. Grandma sent her homemade nut pie for us to enjoy at our new homestead. I'm too busy to go now, or to go get it right now. So can the two of you go instead? Sure, we'll go do your errand for you. Yeah, this they've used, I guess since it is a later installment in the Game Boy Color series, all of the colors look really nice. They've learned how to use the system. And I've got it set up, I'm not using the Game Boy Player disc. I'm actually using a interface called Game Boy Interface, which allows me to scale it down to 240p and then scale it back up with the FrameMeister to 1080p. So it's a lot less blurry pictures that the original Game Boy Player. That's what usually it caused, but this kind of remedies that situation. Ah, nice. Yes, I have Dragon Quest VII on the PS2. And 11 looks really, really good, so can't wait for it to come out either. Alright, Mother says that settles it then. The vault is west of her farm. Don't dawdle and be careful. Alright, so let's go get our grandmother's famous nut pie. Yeah, I didn't get any of the like 3DS upgrades because I have the original on PlayStation 2. I think that's 7, or is that 8? I will have to look. What is it? Dragon Quest 8 is the one I'm thinking of. So I have 8 on PlayStation 2, so... So here is the famous Dragon Quest monster, the little blue slime. His name is Slash, apparently. And he guards the farm. So this is kind of our... I believe as we capture animals, they kind of come back here, our monsters, and they kind of settle here on the farm. But like I said, I haven't played it too much, and... Who do we have here? Heh, so it's the newcomers. This is going to be fun. Come on, Waru! So I guess that's the spirit they were talking about. So it looks like they kind of guide us around. It must be the farm kids. Vault is to the west and a bit to the north. Seems like the spirit is causing more trouble. Yeah, that's the MMO, right? I know I've watched some Japanese streams of that, and it looks really, really cool. I think it's 10. Apparently they upset this lady. Yeah, the 11 will be on all consoles except for PC. PC might get it, I'm not sure. So apparently the... No, it wasn't in English. I was just kind of watching the gameplay mechanics. Because I was looking out the new game that was coming up, and they said there was a Dragon Quest MMO, but it hadn't yet come to the States. I don't know if it is or going to or not. Yeah, Dragon Quest XI will be in English and will come out on the Switch and Xbox and PS3 or 4. Yeah, PS4. And yes, also 3DS is getting its own installment. It's kind of more like smashed down figures and kind of child-looking figures than it is on the other consoles, but yeah, 3DS will have its own installment of the new Dragon Quest game. Apparently the prince and his mischievous Waru are still causing trouble, stealing everybody's packages. I believe this is our vault that we are looking for. This palm tree is Great Log. We've bored out the inside of this enormous tree and made it our home. Okay. You're the kids from the new farm. I'm a monster master myself. I have to use your farm soon. Let's see if this is the correct area. You must be the farm kids. Your grandma sent a package for you. It smells really delicious. Here you go. Be careful with it. Alright, we have our grandmother's famous nut pie. He is Prince Kameha of the Great Log. You may not pass. So now he's blocking us from getting back. And apparently magically appears here as well. Waha! No going by me. I'm Warubo, Great Log Spirit. Waru, wahey! Okay. He smells something. Smells something tasty. Oh, nice. I didn't know the Vita had all of the streaming capabilities. I guess that's pretty handy. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it'd be nice to, if you wanted to play on the go, you just transfer it to 3DS, and then if you're at home and want to play on the TV, just transfer it back to the PS4. I guess that works pretty well, as long as they keep, I guess, everything the same. I watched a little bit of the 3DS gameplay. It looks really good. I think you can put it in classic mode as well as like an updated 3D model. So he has now found out we have food, and we are wrestling for it. Alright, so he has stolen our package. And now the prince apparently wants it as well. Well, hey, I'm starving. Give it to me. You just ate. You grubby little elemental. So at the beginning, if you missed the first intro, this Waru purple fella is the spirit of the Great Log and is known to be mischievous. And the prince as well, since it's kind of the prince's little pet. Dirty Mouth, come on, Waru! Watch them fight a little bit more. Kobe interjects and says, "That's ours, give it back." Wah 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 wah, hey! The log's navel breached. Waru! It's not my fault. And, of course, the prince is a brat, so he runs off. Well, hey, it's the only way. Apparently he is just the right size to plug up the hole they just caused. You two come here now. Calm down and listen. What came of that hole? What came out of that hole now? That was life force of the Great Log's tree. Great Log is an island kept afloat by the palm tree, do you see? If the palm tree dies, the island sinks into the deep, deep ocean. A plug, that is what we need. A plug to plug the log's navel. Hurry, go fetch a Monster Master. Alright, so our island is now sinking. Because they had a fight over our pie and apparently knocked the plug out. So now we have to save our world. Who's got same? Looking for a monster master. Have no time for child's play. Okay, that one won't help us. This guy was the only other one that I saw. Ryubu wants you to find a monster master for him, huh? Well, I am one, but I don't want to have anything to do with Warubo. Sorry. But, can you try someone else? Alright, so no one wants to help us. The island is going to sink. I know. You were fooled by Warubu. Last time, he was yelling about the Great King of Terror from the sky. So apparently he lies a lot, so no one is going to believe us that the island is actually sinking. Prince Kameha put you up to this. Oh, you kids, you shouldn't be in the well. What? The log's navel is broken? But why is that important? Maybe because the island is sinking and everyone is going to die. This island is sinking. That is true, it's a disaster. But I haven't heard anything about it. So no one will take our word. Which seems to be the general overarching story. You lie. Alright, let's see if we can talk to anyone else. The island is going to sink. You shouldn't lie like that, Terra. Why won't you believe us, you stubborn old goat? Oh, now we're back talking our father. But he was being a dick to us earlier. The island just doesn't sink. Listen for yourself for a moment. Anyway, did you run Mom's errand? We have. Did you get the package from Grandma? We just like chuck it right in her face. Oh goodness, you're filthy. What happened to you two? Giggle. You were tricked by that silly Warubo. Don't worry, the island won't sink that easily. Little do they know. I guess we can head back to the Warubo guy and see if he will tell us to do anything further. A new plug for the log's navel needs a monster master to find. Yes, it does. Quick, fetch a monster master. Okay. We tried, so let's see if anything else comes out of this. We've talked to most of these people, so I'm just trying to see if it adds another dialogue or two. So far those guys are all the same. This guy doesn't want to help us. So far, no changes. I don't know if this guy does anything. But he doesn't believe us either. What a shocker. That is all the same. So he could help, but he doesn't want to. Because no one trusts the island spirit guy. Maybe we have to talk to everybody. Okay. That guy was trying to apparently run, if it were true, but he doesn't know how to escape. Alright, she saw a master again near the vault, which we've talked to. Okay. Maybe we'll talk to good old Dad once more. Nothing there. I don't think I've looked down here. Like just a little cactus. What'd you say? You can go out, but not too late. Having a little trouble progressing the story. I guess they didn't make it very easy on us. Let's go ahead and try the guy by the vault again, since that one lady told us to. That guy doesn't help, but this guy sort of is helpful. But he still doesn't want anything to do with us. Good, you're back. Okay, this is new. You told everyone Great Log will sink. So, where is the Monster Master? What? Nobody believes you. Waru, they are so complacent. Well, hey, it can't be helped now. You go instead. No, the other way. No time to waste. If you don't go, Great Log goes to the bottom of the sea soon enough. You'll go find a new plug for the Log's navel. I assume that is our only choice. I saw the potential, Waru. A good idea. I have plugging up the Log's navel. Yes, I do. I'm an elemental, so I know such. Here, take this. Alright, we have some type of key. Here is a magic key. It opens the door to other worlds. Specially made it is by elemental power making it magic. Used to open the magic door ahead. It takes you to another world. Another world it might be. But it is not much different. Only difference is monsters. Monsters live in other worlds, but a Monster Master needs to fear nothing, or fear not a thing. I see you have great potential. You go to other worlds and bring back a plug for the Log's navel. That's something I don't know what, but you'll know it when you find it. Now, Waru, take this. We have received the key. Well, hey, I trust you. Go. Okay. Forgetting something. This you used to come back to Great Log from other worlds. Terra received the Great Log key. Dangerous are other worlds, so you take monsters. Well, hey, I'm Great Log Spirit. Yeah, we have a key to go, a key to come back. You said you played the first one? I guess it was similar with keys. I haven't played it. One with the island I am. If you can't stop the island from sinking, so ends my life. So we will collect all the keys. So you must find a plug. This is bad. What do we do? Let's go home and talk about it. If we don't find a plug for the log's navel, the island sinks. Our house and the farm too. Level monsters, okay. This one may be a little bit more in depth then. We have to go look ourselves, right? But if we both go to other worlds, Mama will be worried. And there's our trusty blue slime. Hey, why the long faces? I couldn't help overhearing you. I'll go with you to other worlds. That way, one of you can stay here. It is also in color. Pretty good color. That's true. What to do? Do you want to go? Yes, I will go. So I'm guessing this is where the story changes on the other one, where you take control of Kobe instead of her, but I don't think the overall narrative changes at all, just the different monsters that you can catch. This one looks a lot better than some of the other Game Boy Color games. I don't know if it's just like a later installment, so they figured out the color palette a lot better. But yeah, that's why I'm kind of going back and visiting games like these. But its color palette is definitely much better than like Pokemon Gold and Silver. Yeah, that I don't know. This is actually the first Dragon Warrior game I will be playing. I've wanted to get into the other ones, but I just haven't yet. So Slash is our little blue slime that's going to come with us. We'll need help of other monsters when we go to other worlds, so that potential will help a lot. Fine, Terra, it's up to you. We do our best to save us. That's settled then. We'll leave tomorrow morning. Get plenty of rest tonight. Think we will actually get into the meat of the story now. Yeah, I know there's a Game Boy cartridge, I think it's Game Boy Color, but it has a 1 and 2 on it, I believe. But yeah, I do want to pick some of those up, and I did think about doing a Dragon Quest whenever I have more time, maybe when my wife goes out to sea next year. I was thinking about doing a Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior franchise playthrough. See if we can play the ones that came to the States, and I believe they have translations for the ones that did not. But that was something I was thinking about doing. Oh, I think we took a wrong turn. But that will be quite a bit of Dragon Warrior to play through. And I watched some videos, like we were talking about earlier, of Dragon Quest XI, and that one looked really, really good. Oh, they're available on the DS now? Yeah, I'll have to look at acquiring some of them. So I'm assuming we're going to use the Oasis Key, and that will teleport us to our journey, at least for this first world. But yeah, Sam, I know I was talking to you when you were playing, but this is currently the Game Boy game playing through the Swiss Game Boy interface instead of using the standard Nintendo disc. But it's improved things quite a bit. I don't have the ever so expensive component cables, so I'm doing this through S-Video, but it looks pretty good. We have defeated the Spot Slime. I'm going to collect some of these herbs since I have a feeling we're going to need it since we just have our one little slime. Got a little bit of a Zelda style map layout. Yeah, I can bring up a menu if you hit X. It pops up there at the top of the screen. You can't quite see it, but I can shrink it down or blow it up to fit the 4:3 that I have. There are some options for putting it back at its standard refresh rate instead of using what the original Game Boy player was going to use, but the color palette for that one was a little off, so I just went with the standard variant. But yeah, it doesn't have the big border and everything around, so it looks pretty good. So this is a new guy, a cactus. We'll have to keep an eye on our health, since he looks like does about 4 damage to us. Not sure if they put critical hits in this game or not. We got 6 experience. We may go ahead and heal our little guy up, since we might run into another monster. So this does 30 to 40 health, so that'll be useful for a while since we only have 25. Do I? Oh yeah, I do. There we go. Yeah, I glanced at it real fast. But yeah, I cropped it basically to the border that I have that I'm viewing. And then kind of set up the background. The background is actually the poster that comes with the game. If you can see like the little creases like on the girl's face and the vertical ones, it's just a picture of the poster that came with it that I used as a background. Alright, so our buddy Slash is now doing okay. And I believe the capture mechanic for this game is the monsters have a wild rating, and as you fight them, you can throw meat at them, which reduces their wildness, and just by fighting them over and over, that will make them become less wild, and they'll be more likely to just be like, hey, I want to join your party. Yeah, I just kind of messed around with it, and I was happy with it, so I kept it. Let's see if maybe we can recruit one of these guys to our party. Yeah, you just beat them up into submission until they finally give up and decide to put up with you. So this is our second time we have fought the Spot. Our buddy Slash has gone to level 2, so we have HP, we have attack and defense, agility, and intellect. Hey, and the slime would like to join us. Alright, are we going to, oh, you throw meat at your friends and they decide, to like you? It's like, hey, come over and eat a steak, and then you can be my friend. Alright, what kind of name do we want for Spot? Unfortunately, we have a 5-character limit. I guess the common name would be just Spot. Or we can call him Fred. For some reason, I always name things Fred. Does Fred sound good? Roses. We can do roses. Oh, Slash from Guns N' Roses. I got it. I got you. Yeah, we can do that. All right. Except I don't need a capital. The D-pad is not so great on this GameCube controller. Alright, so we'll start putting the band together, as I guess maybe that's what we'll call it. We'll start recruiting people into our Guns N' Roses band. Alright. So here is, I guess, the follow mechanic. We can try and maybe get the cactus as well. So far, that's the only variants that we've seen. So it has our party members up top, and then I think we can fight 3 monsters at a time later. So we have Slash with 24 health at level 2. We don't have any magic abilities yet, and Roses is also level 2 with less health. So we'll have to take into effect, I guess, the various stats of things. Monster was defeated. 3 experience, and Cacti Ball Wood got up and is looking hopeful. This guy gonna be Guns? I mean, that seems like a good option. Alright, Guns, here we go. I can find my way through the alphabet. Or we can do Guns with a Z. Guess we'll stick with the regular. Alright, we have Guns, Roses, and Slash. I guess I could have named him Guns In, and then it would be Guns in Roses. Really, I haven't tried the Mario Tennis or Golf on it. Alright, we have some party members. Let's see what's in the town. So, it's like a desert style theme. We have Kala, an oasis village. A thieving band runs amok. Haha, see what they did? There's already a band. But a thieving band runs amok here. It's impossible to get any decent sleep because of their threat. Maybe they're playing their instruments too loud. Pardon, a plug for a navel. Sorry, I have no idea what that is. So these people have no idea from what world we came from. The oasis's water travels through an underground canal to Assia. Assia, it's a town that's due south. So there is a town to the south of here. They do have a trading card game. I have a few of the original cards. I don't know where I got them from, but I never got much into the trading card game. But it does look pretty fun. They have their current online version as well. You can buy the card packs, and there's a code on each one, and you can register them to a virtual card-based game and play other people. The king called a circus troupe to town in the south. I hope they weren't mauled by thugs. But yeah, I got heavy into Yu-Gi-Oh! Card collecting versus the Pokemon. So that's what card game I played. Our church is impoverished, so I was sent out to this village. I can heal you of poison, nullify curses, and raise those knocked out. How may I serve you? We don't need to revive, detox, so we'll exit. Welcome to our inn. 10 gold a night. Would you like to stay? Sure. I liked Yu-Gi-Oh! I was real big into the anime, so I watched a lot of it and played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! With a few of my friends. I'd always bring them to school, and I had a few friends to trade with. But Sam, it's all in the heart of the cards. Let the heart of the cards guide you. It is not a game of luck. It is a game of heart. Okay, we already talked to her. Let's see what these guys have to say. Yeah, I heard you started with magic. I am sad to say I do not own any magic cards, or I have not played either. So maybe it'll be something I'll have to pick up. Do they have a... well, I assume they have a online card game version of it? Blog's navel, let me think. Perhaps the king in Assia will know. So Assia is a town to the south. Okay. Do they run a similar system as far as buying virtual cards and all that jazz? Yeah, that's one reason I never got into it, is because I got into it late, and it's a pretty serious fan base. I can show you my navel. Giggity gig. Okay. The leader of the thieves is a fearsome man. He commands horrid monsters to rob people. I think we can go... Can we check items? We can. We have obtained a mystery herb from... Yeah, the money base to get into it is a little high as well. Oh, we got some beef jerky. Gonna throw that at some fools and they'll be our friend. I mean, I lived in a town. They had a pretty big Magic group. They always did tournaments and things like that, but I always went there for board games. I didn't get much into the cards. But it was McNarb Gaming. I'm sure Chris is well aware of it. The underground canal is ahead. The last king made it for our people when there were water shortages. It was a hard task. So, can we somehow get in there and go to the next town? Because they're supposed to be connected. Okay. Yeah, I guess if you're not trying to get into like crazy tournaments and things like that, it wouldn't be too bad to get into. But yeah, that was basically the only board game or card game place around us was McNarb Gaming. Okay, we already talked to you. And that exits. So I assume we have to make our way south and try and find Asia? I don't believe so. It is McNarb with a B. I mean, I talked to some of the guys that owned it and stuff, and they're pretty cool guys. Yeah, there you go. McNarb. But yeah, there's a stocky, dark-haired fellow that I did talk to. He might have been the owner. I'm not sure who exactly owned the establishment. I know they had the store in the mall that was there for a while, but then they tore down the mall. So they kind of built their own little store in like a strip mall area that nobody else was in. They held a convention down there not too long ago. They rented out a Coliseum to do some type of Comic-Con kind of thing. I forget what it was called. I don't think it's not Dragon Con, that's in Georgia. But yeah, that didn't go over so well, so they kinda renovated their new place last year and held their con event in there. I think they also connected their store to like some of the side stores in that strip mall that weren't being used, and they kinda set it up that way so that the overhead wasn't as much. But they were some pretty cool dudes. So these guys kind of get wrecked now that we have a decent party. Oh, it was called Geekonomicon, I believe is what it was called. But there's a ice hockey rink that they kind of rented out the first year, but I don't think they had the interest that they wanted, so they set up their own thing. Yeah, doesn't he? that cactus, he's cheering around, and even Rosa's got a big smile as well. But yeah, I'm not sure how grindy this game is going to be. Is this our town? Alright, welcome back. We have some new party members. And let's see. So we have Slash, and he is a part of the band of Guns N' Roses. Is currently our setup that we have. Yeah, I figured I might do some of the grinding off stream, but we'll kind of get into the first brunt of this story, and then if I get to a point that I need to grind, I might grind off stream a little bit here and there, and then kind of pick up where we left off. The circus master was trying to recruit people at the end. He says the troops scattered when the thieves set in on them. Traveling is much too risky for me. Our king has been a fan of circuses since he was a child. If there is a circus, he always summons the troops to the castle. This is Asia, the desert flower. Okay, so we have meaning behind it. We have our first item shop, it appears. So we have standard healing items. Looks like instantly warps you to Great Log, which will be fairly useful. Antidotes, awakening, and beef jerky. I'm gonna go ahead and save my money for now. Maybe come back if we definitely need it. A plug for the Log's navel. Well, the king likes collecting all sorts of odd things, so maybe he'll have something that'll work. So there's, I guess, our next lead is the king has collected all sorts of things, and he might have a navel that they randomly know about. Our king came into enormous inheritance. That's usually what happens. Princes get the inheritance of the kingdom, and then they become king. It was mind-boggling. His treasury is overflowing with incredible gold and treasures. He's said to be particularly proud of something called Tidal Bell. Hopefully the stream kicks back. Looks like it's just dropping here and there. If you want to get in that badly, we could arrest you and toss you into the dungeon. How's that sound? Maybe we should... I think we can save it. Is this plan? The journal? Yes. Alright, we have saved. See if this guy says anything different. Yeah, we'll get some extra dudes and maybe swap some guys out. A proper permit. I'm assuming this leaves. It does. Gonna see what else is in here. Strong monsters are in the well. You better be prepared if you're going down in there. Okay, so we can go down the well, but there are stronger guys down there, so we may have to train up a little bit. We'll see how strong they are. He is the leader of a circus. We were invited to perform before the king, but my group has scattered like so many leaves in a storm. Be well prepared. Would you like to join me as a star? Yes? Apparently our monsters will help. So that has gotten us into the castle, I guess? That was the fire breather. Let's hear it for our brave soul. Oh yeah, that crowd cheering. Next monsters will perform some amazing death-defying stunts. Let's see what Guns N' Roses has to offer. Alright, we have a flame wheel that they're all jumping through. And none of them caught on fire, so I guess we did alright. Very good show, that was splendid. For your debut performance, the audience was quite pleased. We are to stay for more shows here, so we have been permitted to go into the castle by the king. Alright, so that is our access to talk to the king, I guess. Me feel good. So they ran when the thieves raided them, but while we kept our lives, we were separated from our circus master. Yeah, just put on a show and randomly go see the king. Where does this go? This looks more like a jail. Terrible swindler would lend an ear to him. That's interesting. Guess it shows up. The black is not coming through very well. It's like very flashy in this room. That may be a part of the S video. The Mirage Lake, he says. No one's seen such a thing. Everything he says is a lie. Okay, apparently we cannot talk to him. But there is some type of Mirage Lake. But yeah, it's only on the very solid colors, like the black, that it seems to be doing that. His Majesty is honest, most certainly not evil in any way, but he's rather impetuous. I wish he wouldn't order us on whim. Why are he snooping around, looking for something? Yes, a new plug for a navel. It has to have the power of magic. Well then, there's only the king's title bell among his treasures. It can be used to cross the sea. Interesting. So we're here to try and get, I guess, the bell from him, and then we'll try and shove it in the hole and see if that saves our precious tree. Ah, you're the monster tamer. From the circus, good show. So, do you wish something of me? Yes. Yeah, that I did want to do, but I never pulled the trigger on setting it up. But that'll definitely be the option more than trying to track down $300 cables. You wish to see our treasures. You're quite sharp to have an eye out for treasure, I must say. Yeah, I think it's like $100 or something like that. The reason I didn't do it to this GameCube is this one's not in the best shape. Like, I got it from Goodwill for $15. So, I think it previously came from like a smoking family, so I had to get all that gunk out of it. Cleaned it up pretty good, but some of the edges are broken. I'll help you if you help me. I inherited the throne from my father, who was a great king, but my rule has been beset by the disaster of another. But yeah, it was $15. I got 2 pretty decent controllers out of it. I got a Sonic game and some other stuff, so for 15 bucks I can't complain since a controller is like 15 now. And I also got a weird case. It's like a carrying case that the GameCube fits in, and then the handle sticks out the side. It allows you to put a couple controllers in there. It's got slots for games and things like that. So it's like a big portable GameCube now. So I pack it up and put it in there every once in a while if I'm gonna, I guess, take it anywhere. Will you find out what concerns my people? Find out the concerns that his people may have. If I solve their problems, should regain their trust and respect. Well, will you do it for me? We have no choice. Well then, make way to the town. If you succeed, you can have the title bell from my treasures. Yeah. I mean, it cleaned up with some alcohol and things like that, so can't complain too much. So we have to see what ails. I'm guessing this is the treasure room. It is. The cactus smile is great. All these guys are so happy. So we need to find the way out, which is, I guess, this way. But yeah, I've got the indigo purple color one. Yeah, it's got a good story where a king has fallen, I guess, in favor because of the bandits. So we solve the bandits' problem. He gives us something that we want. So now we have to figure out what these guys want, I guess. Yeah, they are. Final Fantasy games are always doom and gloom. Yes, we understand he has treasure. So at least from the beginning of the game, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to revisit some conversations. And they seem to be hinting at this Mirage Lake. So it's east. In the east of the desert, there is a Mirage Lake, but it disappeared as if by magic. So that may be what we need to do. Alright, we don't need to heal. So I think that's what we need to do. Well, we do have whatever's down here. I guess I could save it and take a plunge into see what's down and how bad the monsters are. Let's see, what is it? Plan and journal. Apparently Guns is level 7, but he has a lot less health than everybody else, so he might not be too strong. Like, or we can head to the east and try and find the Mirage Lake. I guess I'll see what these guys have to offer. Ah, we have a nice little worm. Guess we'll see how this turns out. Giant worm. So 6 damage. We'll have to keep an eye on our guys. Okay. We can fight them with one attack through, it seems. So maybe we'll recruit a couple of these guys. And maybe, I think the old cactus guy might need to go. He seems, I mean, he's level 7, but he has the least amount of health, which is unfortunate. Alright, we got a giant worm. Yeah, he does have some magic points. Maybe we should see if he has some type of spell that he can use. Alright, is Giant Worm going to be Duff? Seems like a good enough name. Yeah, he very well may be some type of caster. Yeah, if my party's full, it will send all of these guys back to the farm. And then at some point, I believe we can grind them up and mash them together and create a new monster of some sort. But I'm not sure how exactly all that goes. See what kind of stats he has. Does it let us compare info? So he has 13 attack, 4 defense, some agility, it's 14, 17. So he has a lot more than what Guns has. He has more magic as well. This guy doesn't really have too much magic. Has decent attack, and this guy is our best so far. So we may swap Guns out for the worm, since they both seem to be a caster type. Send Guns back to the farm. No. So he doesn't have skills. Let's see. So this is info. I don't want to send him back to the farm though. There we go. Choose the monster to send home. We will send Guns off. And now we have Duff the Giant Worm. Oh yeah, he looks pretty happy too. All the monsters are happy. Probably don't want to wander too terribly far. Oh, we have a ghost as well. Yeah, he does. Let's keep an eye on their health and see what happens. So this guy's name is Spooky. Somebody used an attack. I think that was Duff. Used some type of special. It's like slash or something. Alright, he got 5 more health, some extra magic, attack and defense. We have Spooky. Alright. I'm gonna call Spooky Frank. Since I think, or no, it was Fred at the beginning I was gonna call somebody. He can be Frank. I like his little portrait up there at the top left. Yes, Frank is correct. Let's see what kind of stats he has. So he has a lot of magic. He's got a lot more agility. So he's level 2, so they're the same level. We may swap. We may swap this slime out since we already have a slime. And everything seems better than him. So why not? If he learns an extra move, then that'll be a little bit extra damage. Alright, so now we have a spooky ghost. Oh, look at his little sprite. He sticks his tongue out as well. And the worm does a little sock puppet thing. We'll see where this goes. I may not be able to get very far. This may not be where I need to go. So Duff might need a heal. But yeah, not too bad as far as getting through these guys. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can get all the way down there yet. I might have to fill the water up or something like that. So the combat text is automatic, so it doesn't really let you kind of stop and read it. But I guess that keeps you from spamming through things. But we at least got a couple of these guys down here. We know what is down there now, so they said there is a oasis to the east. I wonder if I can talk to that prisoner. May check with him. That is not the way. Need to stop using the D-pad because the D-pad is not so good. Yeah, it wasn't as scary as they made it out to be. I believe our prison was this way. Alright, we still cannot talk to the prisoner. So I guess we will have to venture out and try and find this mystery oasis. Guess we can save it. Wait. Yeah, journal, right? Alright, we do have a text speed, which it's set on 5, so it's, I guess, decent enough that you can read it, and you can always speed it up. what's our planning? So charge is attack based. We have mixed defense and command. So everybody is on charge. I know there are support. I think the slimes are usually like a support class. That will have more buffs and stuff that I might have to mess with later. Well, these guys should be really easy. Let's see if we can find this oasis to the east. Another level up. Okay, we have hit a dead end here. We'll check north and then I guess go south if it doesn't lead anywhere. Well, these guys are definitely a joke, and they don't give hardly any experience. We'll get all the herbs. We do need some healing items. Alright, we got a couple level 3s and a level 2. The HP is what is going to be big, so that we don't get into too much of a tricky situation. Alright, there's a little bit of greenery over here. Doesn't look like a oasis though. Hopefully that I didn't wander into somewhere that is really crazy. Oh man, 10 damage. Let's see if we get one shot. Okay, so not too much damage. Good old Frank got to level 3. I kind of would have liked that that bug. The bug looked pretty cool. Got some weird snake-looking dudes. Still pretty much one round of attacks, so nothing too crazy. Yeah, doesn't he? Looks like he got up and wants to join us. Is this going to be Axel? I believe that is our choice. Alright. We now have Axel. Our band has been completed. Let's see what his info is. So he's level 1. He's got decent attack. His intelligence is really high. So I think with some levels, I think he'll be better than old Slash. It might be time to get rid of Slash. We can always go back and swap them out if we want to keep them. Slash was short-lived. Alright, so now we have new hotness. Oh yeah, look at him. He's looking pretty sexy. So I don't see anything down here. I assume these worlds have a limited range, Oh, we have a cobra. Alright, cobra has gone down. The king cobra did not want to join us. Yeah, we can keep naming after classic metal. Seems like we're getting decent levels as well. Got 4, 3, and then we just gotta level Axel up a little bit. Let me check up and over, so nothing there. Yeah, we'll just do all classic metal band names, and then we'll have one giant mosh pit at the end. And we're collecting all the herbs, if you get what I mean. Classic metal likes some herbs. What is this? Okay. Yeah, it's basil, oregano, all the good spices. Make some killer pizzas. No, that is surprisingly nothing. It kind of seemed like it was something there. Apparently not. I guess we could speed the text up a little bit. Everybody's getting levels. Alright. Text speed, let's go 2. So this looks like I might have looped back around to where that city was, so I might have missed something. Unless their directions are all messed up. You guys don't even stand a chance. I'm assuming this is our town that we were just in. It is. So apparently we missed it somewhere. I may stop at the inn and see if that heals these guys up. I'm assuming that's what this does. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like they got all their magic back. So the worm is a bug type. The ghost was some type of, looks like it was like an undead, which is I guess what that is. And Axel is a dragon. So I guess we have killed our dragon in this game. I'm sure there'll be some type of dragon boss as well. Alright, I don't think there's anything else we can do here. I assume we do have to find the oasis. I may have missed it at one of the squares. I'll check west just in case, see if there's anything. but it does not appear to be. So Sam, did you enjoy the throwback introduction to this game? I had a spur of the moment bit of energy, so that's what we did. I made myself laugh, so I figured it would make others laugh. Maybe we can get this guy. He looks kind of cool. Oh, still no bug type. Yeah, it is. It was definitely outside of my comfort zone, but I gotta try to be a little bit more entertaining. Who was it? I think it was my dad that compared me to Batman at some point in time. Or maybe it was my brother. But it was, this is David when he's happy. This is David when he's excited. This is David when he's angry. So, I do have the reputation for not too many emotions, I guess. Let's see if we can actually find this oasis. We can try venturing up somewhere around this area, and maybe it's here. So far, it seems like we have definitely leveled up enough. Yeah, my performing aspect is not the best. Ah, there it is. I like this little worm. He looks cool. Kinda interested to see what his follower looks like as far as his animation sprite. Maybe we should have some herb names as well so that we can make our killer pizza. Aw. I guess I could have thrown the beef jerky at that dude next time I see him. Alright, so this has vanished. Alright. Nothing to interact with. Maybe we just had to find it. See if the king has anything to say. But yeah, I don't know what it was about this game that maybe it was just that I had the Pokemon game and I was more invested into the TV show and everything for it, but I only remember getting like a spot slime and the starter slime, and then I just put the game down. Hey, I had a pizza today. Pizza is delightful. Although I'm supposed to stop eating pizza, but I could eat pizza all the time. The well is running dry. I will order my men to raise the flow of the water into the canal. Okay. So now we have water in the canal, maybe? Pizza, pizza, pizza. I'm going to, I believe, grab a beverage of sorts. So you were talking about drinking some beer, so that's what we have. We have a wonderful Karl Strauss red trolley ale in a nice handcrafted glass with a mustache. I mean, because why not? Yeah, I know, everyone played it, and it's still one of my favorite series. The new one's not so much. I think the gold silver age of Pokemon was what I enjoyed the most. Alright, village of Kalaka. Isn't that right? Send someone to Kalaka and have the manager open the canal gate. Your Majesty, I must remind you, if that was done, the oasis will become drained immediately. Laguntas is good. I'm not too much on the IPA front. I do like some of them. Yeah. I mean, gold and silver I still consider to be good as well, as far as Pokemon, but after that, when it gets into the Ruby and Sapphire and the XYZ and all that jazz, I just lose track of them. But I can basically name every single one through the first two generations. It's like, hey y'all, you ready for the Poke Rap? We'll start rapping Pokemon. So they're worried about draining the oasis if we open the water canal. So we may have to go north back to see what they're doing up at the other place. Yeah. They stick with you if you had it bashed into your head as much as I did as a child. But I was definitely wake up early Saturday, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Where that was my jam. At least I thought there was a second. Right? There was a north and a south. Maybe I just went the wrong way. I'm trying to think, it was also Animaniacs and the Pinky and the Brain and all that jazz as well. Gotta sneak in a little Baywatch every once in a while. I had that channel recall button on the TV to switch back to cartoons. Nah, I'm watching cartoons. I'm not watching Pamela Anderson at all. I did get in a little bit of the Power Rangers. So apparently the bug-type Pokemon level extremely fast. Because he's leaving everybody else in the dust. And I wasn't allowed to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I missed out on most of that. Yep, that's the Poké Rap. Yeah, I'm wondering if I need to... Well, they're not really using their mana anymore. Because on some of the harder monsters, they were using their mana and doing like their slash attacks and stuff. I may have to see what all attacks they have. But right now they've kinda just switched back to their regular attacks. See what these guys have. So he has Beast Cut. It's his little special. Frank has a lot of mana and no skills. Axel has, looks like a silence. He can use Stop Spell, which I'm assuming is like a silence. Yeah, it might be. That also does require me to somehow find my way back to the portal to get back home, which I think was top left. Darkwing Duck, I even have that t-shirt. The Batman animated. I really like the Batman Beyond as well, which is probably blasphemy, but I really enjoyed that. I think I even watched a couple of Sonic episodes every once in a while. So I don't know of anybody to talk to here. The Sonic TV show I did like. Oh yeah, this is the opening. What? Open the canal gate more. The oasis will run dry if we did. That's an order. I simply cannot. Except the king or no king. Oh, so the king came himself? It's like, I know that. I want to know why the water is gone. Fine, I'll go find out myself. So this might be... Maybe we'll follow him down there? Alright, so we have another cave type. See if we can see what the king is up to, and we may have to venture with him to the oasis to see what's going on there. Ah, we got double worms. Yeah, somebody's trucking some fools, hitting them for like 15. Yeah, we got double monsters, which means more experience. So as far as... I know I've watched a little bit of, like, combining the monsters together. I believe they have to be level 10 to combine. So that may be something where we switch things out and have to grind a little bit. But we'll see. Oh, we got a candle dude. What does he do? It's a suiting name, Mad Candle. Mad Candle seems like he's pretty metal as well. Might have to see if we can catch him. Alright, we got a treasure chest. So we got the one new enemy so far, which is the candle guy. And I don't think you can catch any of these guys once you already caught one. Mary Jane. Yep, we're gonna steal all the stashes and get all the herbs. Okay, we have a exit bell, which is, I assume, a warp out of here. Looks like the king is down there as well. Wondering if we should maybe grind out a couple levels, because it looks like it's some type of encounter down there. I'm not sure what a good level would be to fight him. I do want to get Axel up a little bit more, but he is leveling extremely slow. But these double encounters might be a good way to get a couple fast levels. Man, the weed presence down here is pretty strong as well. What do you think? Get a couple levels? Maybe get the snake up a little bit? Axel needs some... Yeah, I'm in San Diego. We have a newspaper that we can order weed out of. Oh yeah, I should save first. But yes, there is a stand outside the apartment that you can open up, and it's got a newspaper of different weed if you want to order it. So you can get all the stuff. Hey, we got Mad Candle. Is this guy gonna be Jane? Because he lights up a lot. We may swap out. I don't know if we need to swap out Axel because the dragon levels very slowly. But yeah, they will even deliver it to your doorstep. Yeah, I mean, we got plenty of people he knows over here now. Maybe Jessica. Jessica's, well, yeah, she'll be here Friday. So, I don't think Chris is coming though. At least he hasn't said anything about coming. Maybe that's a surprise as well. Yeah, Jess like Chris and Jess. Yes, Jessica is coming here on Friday as a surprise for my wife. It's her birthday this month. So I don't know. I haven't heard anything from Chris as far as what he was up to, but maybe I'll keep my fingers crossed and he'll show up. So let's see what old Jane has. So 22 HP. he has 29, 28, and 40. Jane is already level 5 and does not have good stats. So I think, although Jane looks pretty cool, I think we may have to send him back. We could have a Maddening crossover. I've got a couple Madden games. Although Chris was suspiciously asking what kind of shirt size I was. So I don't know what that was all about, but I have my suspicions. So I think we're going to send Jane back because he's already level 5. He's worse than basically everybody else. He's a innocent Mad Candle. So let's go ahead and send him back. We can always get him later, I guess. But yes, anybody that shows up gets to sleep in the game room. It's just big enough for a queen-size bed, so blow that sucker up and we're good to go. People can sleep. Although, all you have is a pathway from that door to the bed. There is no room for anything else in here. That's why I called it my game corner. It's rather small. Although the mirror makes it look bigger. But it definitely ends right here. It's all the optical illusions. Alright, so we do need to save it, if we can down here. Can't save here. So let's get a couple levels, or maybe a level. Very true, very true. So we'll speed things up, kinda zerg some of these guys down. Duff is just a leveling fool. He's gonna truck everybody. So we may be good on that front. I kinda wanted the snake to get a level, but he levels extremely slow. I mean, that's a good surprise though, right? Accidentally finding games. Which I may play some Sega games here in the future. I do still need to, I just don't have the money to start getting a bunch of the Sega games, so the option that I came up with, my parents ended up getting me a Retron 5, which I do prefer original hardware, but it does some good things. This allows me to play Sega Master System, Sega Game Gear, which is why I got it, and the Sega credit cards. And it also enables the FM sound chip in the Sega Master System games. So we may bust out some Sega Master System games sometime. But I do need to start getting some of the original. Yes, it all works out of the Genesis slot on the Retron 5. Which, if you remember, the Genesis has the add-on, which kind of does the same thing. But that thing was like $70, so I just opted for this in the meantime. I have no idea if it would or not, but that's why I picked it up, because the original console had something similar. I tried out a couple games on it, and they work really well. I need to find a game that has the FM sound chip in it, but the Retron 5 has the option to load the FM sound chip, which I thought was pretty cool. let's go ahead, get out here, save it, and then we'll try and fight whatever's down there. But it worked pretty well from the one, or I guess I got two. I played the Astro Warrior game on it, and it worked really well. R-Type is, yeah, I think it might get a little pricey. Oh, I need to heal. Maybe I should go heal first. Well, I got some herbs. I won't waste my money. We'll go ahead and use some of these guys. Get everybody healed up so that we're good to go into battle, because I assume that's what that is. Okay, I'll have to look up a couple of them. I know there's a list out there I was looking at. I'll have to find something that is a reasonable price and kind of compare them. Alright. We have magically healed everybody's wounds with some herbs, and we'll see what we have. But yeah, as you can imagine, after you stick a Master System game in the top of it, it's about, I think, 10 inches tall. So you pop it into the Retron 5 in the Sega Genesis slot, and then it pops out the top with the Master System. So it's sticking to the true nature of the Frankenstein Genesis. Yeah, I have looked into some of the EverDrives. I just haven't pulled the trigger on stuff since my job decided to be like, oh hey, we're gonna send your contract down to Miami, and they've decided to tell me that I have until September to, as far as getting paid. So all that politics came up, so I'm kind of saving a little bit, and we'll see what happens. I might become a Uber driver here and see what all goes on. But I have my boss kind of felt that I was wronged by all this, so he set me up with a meeting at the NOAA lab down here. So I have a meeting with the IT lead for the West Coast of NOAA, and also my job, which is PAR. It's data management. So I am going to meet with basically the two bigwigs that are over here, and maybe something will come out of it. I could. I live in San Diego, which has a high gay population, as well as I live in Hillcrest, which is apparently where the gay population lives. So we have a gay bar down the street that does a underwear contest every Friday night. And that thing is like wall to wall, like you can't fit anything in between all those people. But I could probably make some money. But there's a sub shop that is next to it, so we'll go there on like Friday or whatever to the sub shop, and it's just like, I don't even know how they fit that many people into that bar. There are all kinds of dudes with dresses and anything you can imagine. Alright, let's see what the king has to say. I discovered why the water is low. This beast dam is at fault. Wait, is he a beaver? I think those are teeth on the front of him. I think it is a beaver that has dammed everything up. So, by trade, I am a fisheries scientist. So, I was doing a lot of like microscope work and catching fish, taking out organs and like aging fish and all that stuff. The yeah, talk about getting weird. But all that money basically ran dry, so one of the guys that was thought highly of me recommended me for this position I'm in now, which is data management. So I get like a data set, a fisheries data set from a scientist, and I do the metadata for it. So I work with them. As you probably know, scientists aren't very good at relaying information to the public as far as what everything means. So I kind of polish things up and make it readable so that any Joe Schmo can download this data set and kind of understand what's going on. That's what I do. So I already I get the data all prepared so that it's readable, understandable, and then I send it off to an archive and get it archived, and then I have a website called Import that everything's loaded into. So that's basically what I do. Make sure that all this federally funded data is available to the public that don't care. Alright, so we have a beaver monster that has dammed up everything and is making everybody else thirsty. Been trying to get it to destroy the dam, but to no avail. I don't do any analysis on it. About the most I do... I mean, I have to understand the data to be able to do the metadata on it, so that's why I was hired rather than hiring a normal IT person. I'm supposed to bridge the gap between science and IT. So we have the platform. It's just an online kind of web portal, and we set it all up. It's got places you can enter all your information about the data. It'll explain, like in an Excel spreadsheet, there's columns, the column header, and then it'll be a definition for what that column means. I don't have to do any reporting or anything like that. I just archive the data. I build the package to archive, put in all the like keywords, searchable words, all that stuff for all the data sets. And I was doing the entire southeast, so it's like 5 different NOAA labs. And then they just kind of up and decided, like, yeah, well, basically my lab, since it was the Pascagoula lab, which is not the head of the southeast, they decided they didn't want to front the bill for my salary. So they were like, yeah, we canceled the contract. So that's currently where we are. Alright, Mr. Beaver. He is making a new home for his clan. Leave us be or pay the price. Oh yeah! Battle, here we go. I mean, it's I guess good to change it up. I mean, it's a high populated city. If I need to, I definitely seriously thought about doing the Uber driving in the meantime, so I can probably do that and pay whatever bills I have. So it's nothing too crazy, but the science field, all the funding has hit like rock bottom. So there's no funding at all, which is unfortunate. Alright. So, which one was our snake? Axel is our snake. I might put him on command. Yeah, politics definitely did not help. Yeah, just do wrestler impressions the entire time. Hey, we could do this entire commentary. We can make them all sound like wrestlers. But I think I might want to use his spell lock on this guy. So Duff, we want to fight. Frank, we want to charge. Axel, I want to command. Let's see, we want skill, spell stop. Alright, it worked. So now we can just all out attack. And hopefully we do good. Yeah, we just offensive line. Just go. Alright. Duff, we want charge. Frank, we want charge. Axel will go ahead and put him on a defensive so that maybe he'll use it himself. Oh, there it is. We were plenty high level. I'll get you there in no time. I just need to learn how to yell. Who was it that had the high pitch announcing voice with the cowboy hat? No, it wasn't him. King. King had the high pitch voice. Yeah, Jerry the King Lawler. I think I put the cream cup up. I no longer have the cream near me. But Arian asked what I was laughing at earlier, and I was rewatching the video where I did that. And I was like, oh, I made a video, but you won't understand it. And so I showed it to her, and she didn't find it funny. I mean, she found it funny in the fact that I was using emotion and all that stuff, but she didn't understand the joke. And then I showed her the whole skit about the cream of the crop. Everybody gets some levels out of this. Axel finally leveled to 5. His HP, he doesn't get very much HP. It's like, you're strong too. You win. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. We used to live in Mirage Lake, but we were kicked out by a band of thugs who made it their hideout. Okay, so we know the thugs are in the Mirage Lake now. I was looking for a place to live. King, let's see, what? So that's the truth. Those wretched scoundrels. I promise I will imprison them. The cream of the crop. I guess it wasn't too bad of a impersonation for the first try. I don't impersonate people too often. I just gotta like set the cream on my shoulder and on my head, and hopefully it doesn't fall off. Alright, this should solve the water shortage in the town. I humbly thank you for your help. Come see me in the castle. I will have the title bell for you. I wish wrestling was still as good as it was back in the day. I mean, maybe if I got back into it I would understand what was going on, but I have no idea. Ever since we stopped watching it in high school. That'll be the introduction to every video. Some new wrestler impression. We'll just have to get an Undertaker outfit and just play as Undertaker. Alright, so we should be at the proper place. We can save it since we successfully defeated the beaver. I wonder if I should have thrown... I probably should have thrown meat at that guy. I need to keep an eye out for that stuff later. So I'm sure that beaver, since he was a boss, would have been pretty powerful. Alright, let's save it. I'm guessing that saved it? No. Journal. There it is. But yes, I need to remember that I have meat to throw at these guys to at least try and get some of these boss type guys. The crazy giant worm is wrecking fools though, so I guess I'm not in a bad place. The town's water shortage seems to be no longer a concern. I thank you again for your work. Your reward is the Tidal Bell. Come, follow me to the treasury. Well, what? What happened? We were jumped by thieves. They made off with the treasure. What? Round up all the men at once. Have them report to my chamber. Alright, looks like we're going after the thieves in the Oasis. The hideout of thieves is said to be in a Mirage Lake. They must be caught. I will lead the expedition myself. Who will join me with this quest? I like how everybody's like looking around like, do we really have to? Your valor will be praised. We must capture the thieves at all cost. This is a mission. Yep, we gotta murder some thieves. Possibly Aladdin. Alright, so now we'll have to head back to the Mirage Lake and bring these thieves to justice. And then he will give me... We got a little bit of... Just by the Capital Brothers, I know it's a Hulk Hogan reference. Sunday, it's going down, brother. I think I'd have to watch a few Hulk Hogan videos to get a better voice on it. But for Macho Man, you just gotta, like, flare out your neck, and it seems to work. Alright, we are at the south, so we need to go find the Oasis. And kill any of these lowly slimes that get in our way. Wonder if I should change Axel. Change Axel back to attack mode. Charge, charge, and charge. I mean, I don't mind the music either. The music in this game has been pretty decent, I think. It's got a little bit of bass here and there, for what the Game Boy Color can muster. Alright. We have to make our way south, kinda in the middle. And we should find it. I might have to go around the other ways. I think that's how I found it the last time. Might be able to get down this way. Should be over this way-ish. There it is. Once I get my 24-inch pythons! I kind of want this guy. Let's throw a beef jerky at him. Man, they didn't even wait for my command. I just tossed the jerky and then old Duff was like, game over, and just like guitar bash over the head. He's like, nah. There ain't room in this party for anybody else. We don't need no worm. The lake was in sight, but once we get close, it isn't there. We'll never be able to find the hideout of the thieves this way. I believe there was the guy in jail that will know. How can we research the hideout? Because everybody was talking about the guy in jail doesn't know what he's talking about. We can see the hideout plainly, but there's no way to get there. But where did the lake disappear to? The prisoner in the dungeon said that he saw the Mirage Lake. I wonder if he was being truthful. Alright. So I am going to use the restroom. And then we shall continue. Yeah, I did drink a couple of glasses of water before this, so I probably could have refilled with another beer. I believe I have some type of cinnamon beer. Horchata is what it's called. Let's see, let's go ahead and go south. That seems like a faster way. And I believe Blue Moon is the company that made the horchata ale. Oh no, I need to throw the meat at him. I still have no worm. It's good. Maybe I'll have to bust it out as well. There is a brewery down here called the Belching Beaver, and they make a dark imperial that is a horchata as well, but it's like 10% alcohol. So it's a little strong. Alright, there should be a city around here somewhere. Need to understand the layout of everything a little bit. Belching Beaver, if you get down here, is a good beer. What was I doing? I was playing with some friends in Mississippi, and I went and filled up a growler, which is like 64 ounces of beer. And they had I was in the mood for, like you said, a little bit of a sweeter one. And I opted for a creme brulee stout. So it's a sweeter, like a caramel milk stout. And I didn't look to see what the alcohol content was. And so I drank the entire thing. And needless to say, the rest of the night was not so good. It was like an 11% stout, but since it was sweet, you couldn't really tell. Okay, yeah, the jail is up here. Because I had like one glass left, and I was messed up, and I was like, screw it, I'll drink this glass. And then I found myself, I guess it was a fairly cool night, but I was out in the backyard laying on the concrete, trying to cool off. That last glass was a little bit over the edge. Alright, so this is our, I guess, pseudo-thief or some type of person that knows of the hideout. He hasn't been fed at all. Listen, I'll let you in on a secret. If you have any food, I do have like a pork chop or something. I mean, I think I just kind of fell asleep out there for a little bit. But it wasn't like too long. Alright, he has the pork chop. That hits the spot. Thanks. Well, here's the secret I promised. Don't chase what runs from you. Lay some bait and let it come. That's the trick. Here, take this. So we have Water Call, which I assume is a usable item. It will help you for certain. Use it where you feel it is right. So back to the oasis, and we'll see if we can get the water to come to us. And maybe we can, I think I threw away all the meat. Well, I gave him the last piece of meat. So maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get the worm, but he's probably not all that cool. There he is. I don't think I have anything. We got all the herbs and nothing else. Maybe we'll get lucky. Not today. Alright, I'm going to assume we have to use the water call at the little droplet of water. Oh, we have lots of pages. So we have herbs. I didn't use the exit ball, but here's the water call. Rum and Coke on top. Yeah, that'll probably do you in. That reminds me of Josh whenever we had the party in Cape, and he went to go use the restroom, and he didn't come back for like 30 minutes. So, oh, story time is going to have to pause. The internet is not doing anything. Are we coming back? We shall give it a bit. But yeah, you might still be able to hear me. Yeah, frames are going to be dropping like crazy until the internet decides to come back. Hopefully it does. Otherwise, this is probably where we pick up tomorrow evening. We'll just have to do a bunch of stop motions. And see if anything comes back. So far, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I blacked out once in college, and then that was about the only time. Alright, internet, you can stabilize. I believe in the heart of the internet. Heart of the internet, guide me to the good internet. Bathroom, can't walk. But I don't know. I don't know if the internet is going to come back from this. This might be where we stop for the night. Of course, we can't save here. So I'm just going to make my way back to town. We were just getting to the good part and the internet said no. So I'm going to get back to town, save it, and then possibly tomorrow venture there and I guess we'll pick back up. But last time it recovered, but this time not so much. And I was just beginning to think that the internet was doing pretty well. I can... Yeah, you do need to make some progress in that. Let me try and restart.